Many of you have seen videos about manifestation that say you have to change your thoughts in order to manifest. You made an effort to do it, but it seems hard because you have a lot of thoughts going through your mind. The thoughts keep coming and going. If you stick to any of them, you get a thought. And if you stick to that thought, you get a vision. I know you've done everything you could to get them to change. Some of you, though, didn't make it. Don't worry. I'll tell you something today that will help you make the changes you want in your life. In the beginning of my journey toward manifestation, I watched some YouTubers who said that if I wanted to get what I wanted, I had to change my thoughts all day. At first, it was good for me. Whenever I had a negative thought, I turned it around by repeating 3 positive phrases. However, I found that I had to fight an army of negative thoughts all day. Later, after I learned more about manifestation and put what I had learned to use, I manifested a few things and understood something that had been hard for me to grasp before. At first, the notion of having to flip every thought worried me, as it does many of you, because it seemed like work after a while. Now that I know what to do, I realize that we can't stop our thoughts from coming into our minds. The job of my mind is to think these thoughts. We don't know how to stop our hearts from beating, because that's how our bodies work. It doesn't make mind to stop thinking, since thinking is what our minds do. When our thoughts hold us back, limit us, and make us feel bad, we have a problem. As my journey went on, I noticed a few things. One of them gave me a new way of looking at things. Our thoughts and emotions depend on who we are. Let me give you some examples to help you see what I mean. At one time and place, I thought of myself as someone who could make friends quickly. I said I was a social butterfly to describe myself. Now that I was a part of it, it was ridiculously easy for me to meet new people because I always knew what to say. At that point, I had already won them over. And it wasn't just the people I met in my physical world. I even made some great friends online with whom I still talk and share deep thoughts. I didn't watch any videos that taught me how to talk to people or make friends. Because I saw myself in it, it came naturally to me, just like breathing. All of my actions, emotions, and thoughts were normal. When I started to see myself as an introvert, things changed in a big identity. I was only left with a few people. As I sat with a group of people, I didn't know what to say. And things that I used to do naturally became strange to me. This happened with everything I did in my life. Changing my identity changed my reality, and the thoughts in my mind were completely different. And because of the nature of the match and the identity I had, like when I was a socially important person, I didn't need a reason to go to a party. Since I had changed to become an introvert, I stopped going to parties. And now I was thinking about saying no to most of the invitations I had gotten. So the point of this example was to show that you don't have to change every thought you have. That would be pointless. All you have to do is change your identity. And as a result, your thoughts, emotions, and actions start to match how you see yourself. This makes everything easy for you. I think you now understand how easy it is to bring things into being, and why Neville Goddard told you over and over to live from the state of a wish fulfilled. People use manifestation technology to turn what's going on in their minds into physical proof. It's a personal experience where you use your body and mind to do certain things. Living from the end of the state of wish fulfillment is now a very popular desire among people who follow Neville. This is because it helps you build an identity that already has what you want. As you stay in this state, your sense of identity gets stronger, and it starts to feel normal to you. If you keep your thoughts and feelings in a certain pattern over time, your life energy will join them and bring into your life whatever you want. Right now, you think of yourself as someone who doesn't have enough desire. This is because your physical senses are reminding you of this through your experiences in the outside world. We all work on this level. But if we want to manifest, we have to go beyond this. And you can do this by using your imagination on purpose while letting your body's senses affect you. If you judge too quickly, you'll have to go beyond your physical senses if you want to manifest something different from what you're experiencing now. Now, I recently read a comment that said one YouTuber thinks feeling is not important when manifesting, while Neville thinks feeling is important. Well, I'd say that what you're talking about is feeling, which Neville has called feeling, which I'm calling is feelings, and which that YouTuber is also calling feeling. These feelings come from different places and are shown in different ways to suit the needs of different people at that time and place. There are many ways to manifest something into reality. Everyone is telling their experience. Some people will agree with them and others won't, but that doesn't mean that you're wrong and they're right or vice versa. I've also heard the recently popular term robotically affirming. Some people are getting results, which is great, but I don't think anything else is as robotically affirming. It's a lot of affirming. Emotions and feelings are made by people, not by robots. And this is the most beautiful thing about each person. I don't understand why people say that affirming or visualizing doesn't make them feel anything. If I close my eyes and visualize a short scene in which I've climbed the mountain, reached the top, and said, "I did it," I'll be able to do it. I have a feeling, a set of emotions, and a sense of strength and success when I do this simple task. When I say I did it, I start to feel proud, strong, and successful. This is especially true if I sit down and give my full attention to the statement. I saw that our emotions are just the result of how we think. Fear can make a person think they can't do something or that everything is wrong with them. So don't think that your emotions aren't important just because they come up when you connect with something. Now that you know your identity is important, you need to find a new way to define yourself. You can do this by sitting down and thinking about the qualities of the person you want to become. In this process, you need to pay close attention. All you have to do for this exercise is sit down and pretend to be someone other than who you thought you were before you started. The best thing about being human is that you can make choices that go beyond just staying conscious. Think about how you already know who you are. It's a collection of information from your past that you've built up over time. Now that you know this, it's easy to add a new collection of information to yourself. We can all change who we are on the inside. We may look different and have different skills on the outside, but we are all the same on the inside. To have a different experience, we all share the same energy that creates, maintains, and destroys this universe. Your identification must be unique. Use whatever method got the desired result. Just stop trying to change every thought, because it will be taken care of when you change who you are. Do you think it's hard to change things in your life? Do you think the people around you are smarter or more talented than you? Do you feel like a grasshopper while other people see you as a giant? Don't you see that you're the one giving them power? I read your book, Faith is Your Fortune. And as a result, I learned some beautiful things. So Neville is trying to show you who you really are right from the start. He shows us from the Bible that we are not this body or this mind. On the other hand, we are the unconditioned consciousness that has been made into a man through conditioning. Since then, we've realized that we are this body and mind, but our true identity is still the unconditioned awareness that became conditioned by imagining itself to be something you imagine every day. Imagining isn't just about pictures, but also about words. All of your thoughts come from your imagination, and they shape your awareness in a way that brings this physical world into being for you. For example, when I was eating today, I tried to keep my attention on the texture, smell, and taste of the food. I know you can do it easily. Your mind and body will think it's hard because they are afraid of the unknown and change, but you know that you are not your mind or body. You get them to work for you. Enjoy manifesting.